Yes, Timothy, here we go. So I want to make a video. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the past history. So it's just another baseball fantasy. So it's like tough times being a sports fan. But talk about signings and free agency comments in football and free agency and Major League Baseball free agency period. Now I'm talking about what I think the best free agent ever there. To me, what my opinion. It was his birthday yesterday. It was his birthday this week. So I wanted the video and talk about it. And it's one of the legendary players I wish I could see in my town life. And that's number 72 from Chicago White Sox, legendary Carlton Fisk. Now, I've seen studying history of Carlton Fisk. Now, to me, all the favorite Chicago sports ever made Carlton Fisk was the best one. I know the Bulls signed old New Wayne Wade and a bunch of old has-beens, but let's talk about Carlton Fisk. I know Cubs signed those players in the past. They were bust, like Alfonso Serrano's bust. Don't worry. And White Sox signed the shitty free agencies. The best free agency that White Sox ever signed in Chicago sports is the greatest free agency ever. That's Carlton Fisk. Carlton Fisk made the White Sox. He was a face of the White Sox. He was a once-in-a-lifetime catcher. And Carlton Fisk, became a legend in Southside. Southsiders love him. Carlton Fisk made the White Sox a face. He was the face of the White Sox. Yes, Carlton Fisk was still at times losing teams, but Fisk made the White Sox legit. He was a leader for the White Sox players, young players. He passed the torch to Frank Thomas. Carlton Fisk was a captain of the White Sox. He taught young Ozzie Guillen, Robert Ventura, young Carol Baines, and Frank Thomas. Robert Ventura. It's about these young kids too. You've seen what the White Sox were in the 90s. I learned so much from Carlton Fisk. Carlton Fisk taught Ozzie how to create better. Carlton Fisk played for White Sox for 13 years. And I think people don't. A lot of White Sox fans go, he was with us for 13 years, more than Boston Red Sox did. Carlton Fisk played for 13 years for the White Sox. That's more than Boston Red Sox. Boston Red Sox, he played for 11 years. Carlton Fisk, 11 years. Carlton Fisk played for the White Sox for 13 years. From 1981 to 1983. Carlton Fisk was a legend, a Southside legend. And to me, in talking about Fisk, Fisk was much a legendary 2 division titles with the White Sox. Carlton Fisk was the best catch the White Sox ever had. The best free agency Sox once I signed was Julius Peppers. But nobody ever touches Fisk. 13 years. I remember when the Bears signed Peppers for a 6-year deal. I was like, damn, how long Peppers lasted? But Peppers lasted for 3-4 years. So the Bears, 4 years. I think 4 years. Peppers lasted 4 years. Fisk lasted for 13 years. You know what I'm saying? So I don't play like 35, 6 years, 4 or 5 years, but Fisk had an impact for the White Sox. He helped the White Sox win the American League West in 1983. Helped White Sox became the J in 1989, 1990, 1991, 92. But in 83, he helped the White Sox kind of get there. Very talented. Leadership was. When you see this, what's so good about the White Sox, the years and White Sox fans, and a lot of people say, talking about the Fisk, Carlton Fisk. He's the icon of Chicago. A lot of people wear Fisk jerseys. I wear Fisk jersey. People love Fisk. And people still do talk about Carlton Fisk. I see a lot of White Sox fans, young and old, wearing Carlton Fisk jerseys. That's the diehard fans say that. I remember White Sox, when you see a Fisk jersey, you see Thomas. What Fisk did in Impact City, Chicago. People love Fisk. People was debating who the best catcher ever, Sox catcher. Fisk is number 1. Fisk number 1. People enjoy Fisk. People still call Fisk one of the Southside's legend. I know Fisk goes to Sox. I'm calling Fisk is a White Sox ambassador. But when I seen pictures out there, I feel A lot of White Sox fans. I see him calling Fisk Statue Fisk. Statue Fisk. Statue Parker, Statue Swing Thomas. Harold Baines. Fisk was the most beloved figure in the entire White Sox fans in the 80s. He left the White Sox, so was Harold Baines. But Fisk was carrying with the White Sox 13 years with the White Sox. 13 years with the White Sox. And that's a lot. 13 years. Kaneko 16 years. Ozzie had what? Found until I had 9 years. You know what I'm saying? That is come back to manager. Ozzie's been 2 of those years with the White Sox. Harold Baines. Meaning also, it's just the guys. Fisk was here. He wasn't drafted for the White Sox. He was signed for Boston. He went to work with Boston. When Fisk came to Chicago, he was a free agency that loved him. Southside still considered Fisk a legend. You know, I remember my late grandfather told me about what Carlton Fisk, no 72. I remember 1997. My grandpa took me to a Sox game. I was 5 years old. I don't remember it. My grandpa loved Fisk. He took me to the Sox trying Carlton Fisk jersey because people say Carlton Fisk was iconic. When Fisk came to Comiskey Park, people were exploded because they love Fisk. People consider Fisk a legendary. Fisk hit he was catcher in the Comiskey Park. Yeah, and I remember Carlton Fisk. You know, Fisk catch. I remember Carlton Fisk got two batters, 2 runners out, 2 straight outs. You know, that's never seen it. So Carlton Fisk, to me, when he brought the White Sox pride, he thought, you know, I want to show you some stuff. Fisk is still most beloved figure in Chicago. And I know that Boston fans like, oh, it was us. Boston. Carlton Fisk doesn't belong to you guys. Fisk belongs to Fisk does belong to you guys, the home run thing. But Fisk belongs to the White Sox fans. You know, Boston. Carlton Fisk, to us, that's he's a legend in Chicago. Boston, sure, he was a legend, a little bit legendary, but he's not great as when you're young. Remember, White Sox for a man was a film franchise. Other people got pissed. Like, what's Carlton Fisk? Not everyone wanted Fisk. Everyone wanted Fisk. Fisk should be the White Sox, not Boston. Boston's kind of still Fisk fun us. He was like, hey, so where's the steal it? The steal from us. The steal us. Now I think those are financial for honest. You know, White Sox Rushmore. She was a fifth Rushmore because people love Fisk in Chicago. Fifth. So Fisk. It's like one of the players. So, I'm sorry. I think Boston fans, you're lucky. I think Chicago White Sox fans, well, you remember Fisk did this. Fisk did this. So I see a Fisk because he was there. I love that one. Remember Carlton Fisk was the best figure Chicago made. Boston, you're not gonna steal what Fisk did for us. Fisk still is a legend in Chicago. Remember Chicago guy in Boston. You guys know the media says the home run thing. 19 Fisk in Chicago. How does Ozzie did 2 straight outs, home run? I remember we used to hit a home run right there. Old Comiskey Park when Fisk did this. Old Comiskey Park. Fisk was the man. So, and I remember that people, either my grandpa took me by the 2 straight outs. Today, like, we retired Fisk number 72 before everybody. So I think people remember Fisk more. Old school Sox colors, 1983 colors, because that's because of Fisk. That's the jersey the Fisk wear. The 80 Sox. That's Fisk. Harold Baines. Ron Kittle. mostly Fisk was number one. And I remember people asking me a question. You know, Fisk, a lot of people say White Sox fans, high impact Fisk did. And once Fisk signed it, it was impact for Chicago for a long time. A very long time. Fisk was a fan of the White Sox. And also, that's the best thing happening to free agencies. I think that's the greatest free agent requirement in baseball was why is he saying Carlton Fisk? That's number one. What he did will impact the White Sox, will impact the White Sox in the 90s and the 2000s, because that's because of Fisk's hard leadership. And I know people are saying Fisk is the most iconic in Chicago. If Fisk would die, people saw people at the left side of the screen cry. Because I love Fisk. When Fisk comes to Comiskey Park, Pudge. When Fisk comes in there, for line, Carlton Fisk. People is a huge Carlton Fisk fan. They're still, and that's why Carlton Fisk works for Hicks ambassador. Fisk lives in Chicago because Fisk lives in Chicago. People, hey, look, Fisk lives in Chicago. Why? Because Fisk is in Chicago. Fisk is one of people with Chicago. Fisk is must beloved Chicago. So if you come to Chicago, so you know if you're going to see a Fisk, it's not of Fisk jerseys, not of Frank Thomas's, Falk Nichols. No, it's just the thing. Taylor Baines, and still it's like I remember the other days. You know, like I remember poking the kid a bomb. You know, people can say age can say Frank Thomas, but that people I love as other people in the 80s and 90s. Woman him is a White Sox. That people remember him as a White Sox. He was a White Sox guy, and he was a Chicago guy. He was a free agent from Boston, let him go. And it was the reason why Boston let him go. Forget him. I think Boston backsteps Fisk, but I'm talking about more. I'm pretty much talking about more about Fisk. And I'm talking about Fisk because of Fisk because that's the impact free agents ever done in Chicago. And I'm talking about on and on about Fisk. Fisk did this, Fisk did that. I'm just gonna talk about Fisk more often if I want to meet Fisk. Carlton Fisk, you know, thank you for that, dude. I know a lot of people. I'm probably talking about Carlton Fisk more often. But yeah, I'm putting more clips with the Fisk memories, highlights from the White Sox thing. But it was the greatest thing Chicago ever had. Give me thoughts on Chicago sports thoughts. That's Carlton Fisk. I'm probably talking about Carlton Fisk even more. I want to see Carlton Fisk. He's a legend in Chicago. And I'm putting it just, please like, so later.